President Roosevelt called on every American to do his or her part, and every American answered. He said, "There's no mystery about what it takes to build a strong and prosperous America. Equality of opportunity, jobs for those who can work, security for those who need it, the ending of special privilege for the few, the preservation of civil liberties for all, a wider and constantly rising standard of living." That still sounds good to me.
I got to admit, Hillary Clinton is one of those high-profile power brokers I'd love to get in a chair for a sit-down interview. Of course, this will never happen unless and until the four horsemen of the political apocalypse are seen not only coming over the hill, but accompanied by the USC Marching Band, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, the original cast of Up With People, and a passel of angels armed with the world's largest gas grill and a never-ending supply of Coney Island hot dogs for all. Of course, we all know Up With People is no longer touring, so I'll never be satisfied wishing from afar. Some might consider such a talk impossible without bowing to the wishes of her handlers, who would likely demand questions in advance, facial expressions in advance, a lock of hair and a DNA slice for later examination, and possible cloning in the Democratic voter lab located deep within the bowels of Barbra Streisand's home. However, we know there is no need for such an interview. It would be pointless and fall on deaf ears, because those who will vote for Hillary Clinton have already made their call and taken their stand. They are the ones not to be deterred by anything said or done by those evil people on the right, the ones who seek to vilify this staunch supporter of life, liberty, pantsuits that never go out of style, hair dye, magical emails.
Our next president must work with Congress and every other willing partner across our entire country. And I will do just that. To turn the tide so these currents start working for us more than against us. At our best, that's what Americans do. We're problem solvers, not deniers. We don't hide from change, we harness it. But we can't do that if we go back to the top-down economic policies that failed us before.
We note there are those dastardly Hillary enemies who sought to make light of the fact this was the overflow crowd area on Saturday, some 20 minutes before the speech, and this picture of the same space allegedly taken as her speech was actually underway. But we can now reveal this was in actuality a result of the evil Republican shrink ray that turned the entire crowd into spineless amoebas, all of whom, of course, are indeed registered Democratic voters. Some critics seeking to be anything but impartial might describe this speech as boring, plastic, contrived, blustering, blathering, forgettable, darkly comical, without any real substance, boring, incomprehensible, overscripted, underperformed, boring, filled with nothing of substance, bad theater, pointless, needless, lacking any real creativity, substandard, wooden, boring, dysfunctional, pain-inducing, flat, hackneyed, cliche-ridden. Did I say boring? But we will not choose to go there.
What difference at this point does it make?
Being completely fair and impartial, we here at the Hardline have gone to great expense asking former Senator, first female Vice President, and first female President, Selina Meyer, to provide the Democratic translation of Mrs. Clinton's speech.
I did not and never would mean what some people have inferred I meant when I used the words I accidentally chose in that offhand moment. I meant to speak purely factually and to imply no inherent criticism of any nature. I hope that clarifies the issue, and this can be the last word on those words. I hope now we can put this behind us and continue moving forward with the important work, the work I'm doing for you, the American people.
Seriously, what could be any clearer than that? Well, that is my opinion, telling it like it is. Now I need to hear your opinion. Tell us what you thought about Hillary Clinton's speech on Saturday, the relaunch speech that will send her out seeking votes of the American people who undoubtedly will not be fooled by anything demagogic, if you will. Get it email, get it Facebook, get it Twitter. We'll talk about it here as well. Oh, this is going to be an entertaining time to 2016. Rock on, true believers. Have a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow right back here on the fastest 60 Minutes in News.